What up? How we all doing? Let's get the pre-show started. Welcome to Whimsy Pre-Show. Right. A couple new things. I gotta get my light and plug in my phone. So, while I'm doing that, you guys get to check out. Boom. Look how cool that is. He's just gonna hang out for a second, so that way you guys have something to look at on screen. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I thought it was a little bit loud for a minute. All right, it's almost normal. Where's 20? Boom, there's your normal. Almost ready. How's everybody doing today? All right, I got some. What up? I'm back. All right. I don't know if I like that light. Uh, nope, I like it. I'm gonna stand right here like this. I got my camera off to the side better so I can. Because I always tend to look this way. I don't know. How are my volumes sounding? Because I cannot get my phone to work to hear it. So we are going to look live, live. Am I live right now? Because for whatever reason, it's not showing it on my phone. Like, I can't get on my phone to say hi. Hold on. Yeah, anybody feel free to just jump in and say hi real quick. Let me know you guys actually see this. Camera looks good and the volume's okay. All right, cool. Yeah, okay. Normally I have my double check for accuracy camera for phone, and it's not working, so. Hello, Kit Kat. Mm-hmm. I wonder why it's not showing that. Like on my phone, it doesn't say I'm live. I know I am. Grandma's talking to me. That's so weird. Yeah. That doesn't seem to make much sense to me. Well, all right, you guys are gonna have to like keep me updated on what's going on. All right, so like I have a dozen phones here. Like I have a dozen phones here. Oh my god, am I smacking my lips? Like, am I eating like aggressively? Holy hell! All right, so this one, share, play. How weird! Like we got so many phones here. Like, how silly am I? All right, we got 3 minutes. How's everybody doing today? Dude, today's a good day. Well, I'm not gonna complain. Let's be honest. Like, I could, but I'm not. That's not the kind of guy I am today. Today I'm gonna be a little bit more uppity. All right, so let's turn these phones off for a minute. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna reset some phones because they're just like wildly upset that they've been on all day. Grandma's watching Christmas movies. Are you doing the Hallmark Christmas movies? Mind Pocket music seems a little bit loud. Like, I don't know what happened because I used to keep it at 20, but it seems like it should be more like 25 right now. I don't know. I just don't know. Like, turn all these off. I've got like a million apps open right now. All right. It's interesting that they're playing Christmas movies this early. Huh. This one's not connecting to the internet. It is now. All right, so. All right, so. All right. So we're going to put this one over here. This one over here. So I can kind of hear it. Like, I wish I had like a thing right here for it. All right. Anyway, I will see you guys in about a minute. Anyway, I will see you guys in about a minute. Hello. I can't find my camera button. Hello, welcome to Whimsy Live. Mind Pockets. All right. 8 o'clock. Right on time. I got some waters over here. Slightly parched. Uh what is your guys' normal water intake? Because I cut out sodas and now I have cases and cases of water. And I just killing them. Before we start the show, anybody new? I don't know if Julian's hanging out. If you are, feel free to jump in the chat and say hi. Huge thanks to all of the people listening to the lo-fi video, the Patreon people, the people commenting on all the socials. Like, huge 8 glasses a day grandma drinks of water. But yeah, huge thanks to all of you guys. um, I gotta crunch some numbers this weekend, but Monday, group of updates. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on and I'm super excited and I want to show you all of it, but I can't because I got to slow roll some of it. But yeah, man, thanks everybody, you know, for doing your part, uh, showing your support. The only ask is sign up for the Patreon, minimum the free tier. Consider the $4 tier because Monday you're gonna see a bunch of stuff that we have going on. Like, it's exciting. Like, creatively, pretty decent week, and then the Fiverr people, I found like two like the best people. So I'm super excited. I just had to give you guys a shout out because I've been playing for the last 2 days, 3 days, 3 days, and I'm having a blast. So check out the Patreon. If you subscribe to the free, you'll see all the lo-fi videos that we have. The music for the second one is out there, and then I got the November gifts. I might show you now, real quick. Do you guys want to be surprised what you get, or do you want to see what your November gift will be? I guess that should be a surprise, right? That should be the thing. Okay, maybe I'll show you some stuff, but man, yeah, it was a good creative week. It's a very lonely week. I don't think I've talked like uh, Mark wants to play chess, but he doesn't realize that I'm live streaming right now. All right, let's go and get on with the show. Just thanks everybody for fucking the support. So I gotta give you an extra shout out. All right, let's do this. Mind pockets. What have I been thinking all week? It's been a weird week. So yeah, if anybody's new, I record some ideas and thoughts, and then I put them together, and then I play them for you guys so you guys can hear what my week looks like. Because sometimes there's some callbacks, and then just to kind of, working as much as I do, you're like, this guy thinks about some weird shit, or this guy's killing it because he's doing some cool stuff. All right, here we go. We've been talking a lot about signs, the universe, like talking to me. Just got back from Chronicon. Their social for the event was Chronicon for real. And then the person that made the lo-fi videos, their name was Sun for real. What are the chances I've run into two for reals? Spooky. It's spooky. It's October. It's the spooky month. Am I screaming? I'm screaming. I am pretty sure I mentioned that on Monday. but it was recorded, so I don't know if I just doubled up or if I was supposed to record. I don't know, but yes. Oh, I found the date. I found the date. When was it? August 26th, right? Uh, Liam and I did the car cast, and we did what was it? North is the new east. Okay. In that episode, Liam says something bad's about to happen, right? So he threw it out into the universe, right? He breaks his thumb. I have car saga issues. I broke Verizon, right? They didn't say what happened because they didn't want to throw my name out there to be like, well, Ben broke Verizon, and that's why there was like 12-hour outage, um, last month. I don't. I don't know. Mom's like me and mom are like hard into this. Like life is right here hanging out with us. But yeah, two different socials and with for real. So like it's just really weird. Like I can no longer associate it to a coincidence because there's so much stuff happening recently. I got a notebook. I'm gonna start writing down all the times that the simulation or the universe is messing with me. We're trying to get back to that happy medium of like that balance, and life is just like. Um, but then I look at them like, are they signs? Like I had a good time at Chronicon for real, so now I need to talk to Sun for real. Like, are there connections that says this is the road you should take? I don't know. That's why that stuff is spooky. Mom has a weird freezing issue with her fridge. So I guess half of the fridge is freezing, but we can't find out where it was. But she's funny because she won't buy a new fridge now because of how much like the universe is like fucking with me right now. That if she bought a new fridge, something else would break. So she's just cleaning the fridge out, I guess. But yeah, what is going on? She's so funny. Like it's all like, fun and games right now. But her fridge, okay, her fridge in the middle of the top shelf, huge, like just ice is just, and then melting all over the floor. She's like, I don't know where it's coming from. She cleared out the whole fridge. She's looking at it and was like, we're trying to figure out where the water's coming from. No idea. There's an anomaly in her fridge that's just freezing stuff. I don't even know if it's freezing stuff. It's just creating like layers of ice somewhere. Because because if you guys have fridges, if you put something in the very back of the fridge, that will tend to freeze. But rarely on the top shelf in the middle. So she was funny. She was cleaning it out, and she's like, I can't buy a new fridge because if she does, it offsets the balance, and then something else breaks, and then they're gonna be like, I wish you like, yeah. So I have not heard from her. I don't know if it's still continuing. I'll find out for you guys for Monday. Give you guys the the ice updates. Wasn't that the name of the extra bonus episodes? See, like, I mean, I get that one's like pushing it, right? Like, uh, but I don't know. There is something happening, and I don't know what it is. Because even like, I should do a whole episode on it. To be fair, right? Because Liam said stuff. Life is happening. I broke Verizon. His dream is going on. Like his dream. I don't know if anybody's ever like. He said he didn't want to talk about it anymore. All I want to do is talk about it because that dream was awesome. Creepy, but yeah, he was lost in the back rooms. Like it's crazy. I don't know, but yes, Mom has weird freezing issues in her fridge.
All right. I make fun of Whimsy Nooners being Monday at noon being the worst time to do a live stream. But it's all about perspective, right? So my show probably not the best. So maybe I need to like rebrand it. Like how do I get the view people, like all the morning talk show, how do I steal people from uh Kelly and Regis or Consuelos? I don't know who's doing it now, but how do I get those people to watch Whimsy Nooners? Because there's a huge market in the afternoons. All right, think about it.
This is a legit thought because I was at mom's and she's flipping through the TV, and I think a show at noon is silly, but there is a whole group of people that watch The View, The Talk. What is it? Kelly and Mark? Because Kelly's doing it with her husband, right? Mark Consuelos, who happened to be like one of the early episodes of Tell 'em Steve Dave. Brian Johnson got real buddy buddy with Mark Consuelos. So like there is a market for afternoon entertainment. So do I just have to get like four other people and then get all political and stuff and just start like gossiping? Like I don't know. I can't do that. I actually wrote a show for Monday that I was gonna do like Hollywood, not necessarily gossip, but like it bordered on the gossipy, and I scrapped the whole thing because I'm like I don't want to do this person said this person, right? Like James Franco's coming back. He's got a movie hitting the festival circuit, and he had a very long variety interview, and it was just like I will talk that he's coming back, but like why he's gone and his relationship with Seth Rogen, I don't want to get into. Like that just there's enough of that out there, like that weird like gossip. Like I mean, it's semi news. It's not as gossipy, but it's a path I don't want to go down. So you guys get my opinions on what TV shows are amazing. Matlock, what shows suck. Doctor Odyssey. God, that show sucks so much. I didn't even watch this week's episode. Uh, so yeah, scrapped it. So I need to find, but still, there is a market. So, all like I don't know what the demographic is. I know it's probably female, like 20 to 40, right? So how do I get those guys? Like, do I just need to read? Like, maybe I just read some like fan fiction, like some like Twilight or like 50 Shades type stuff, and then get all the mommies in here to be like, look at this guy reading weird fan fiction. But there's, I don't know. We'll find out. Probably not. I'm going to keep the show the way it is because that's, I don't know though. I don't want, see, the problem is I don't watch enough daytime TV. Like, do I need to do some games? Like, do I need to have like a big fucking wheel here? Blinko? Like, after we do what's in my pocket, we do a game of Blinko for like a viewer. Like, I don't know. So there is a market for it. I no longer feel bad. I have to work tonight, so I'm in no rush of any kind. I'm just gonna ramble, slightly tired. But the point of this mind pocket, after like like I'm Kevin Smith in it right now, right? Take a very simple answer, and then you like I'm no longer gonna like I'm gonna like jokingly comment on how like noon on Mondays is a bad time, but it's not. It's bad for me because I don't have the audience yet. But we're gonna look into seeing if we can steal some people from like Whoopi Consuelos. I think yeah, we're gonna start gonna steal a couple of them. Not many. Like let's get like 40 people hanging out. That's what we're gonna do. All right, number five.
All right. I know that we're talking about signs of the universe a little too much recently, but it's happening everywhere. I shit you not. In the middle of my fridge, there's nothing in my fridge. Like I'm living the Ben life where there's no food in the fridge. In the middle, like in the middle, on the middle shelf, shit you not, there is a frozen bottle of water, but nothing else is frozen. Now that is spooky.
Like we're gonna. I was gonna get ready to lay off the universe and the signs. Call them coincidences, point them out, haha, boom, next, move on. It wasn't a big bottle. It was one of the small bottles, the Sophie bottles. Frozen solid. Did I send a picture of that to my mom? I did. Hold on. What did mom say? Stand by. Mom. I didn't I did not send her a picture. Why do I have a bottle freezing in the middle of my fridge? I noticed my mom doesn't cuss anymore. I don't know how much she used to cuss in the back in the day, but when she texts, oh no, freaking universe. I just thought it was kind of funny. I just noticed that she doesn't. She dropped the F or the U. Threw it in I. There's nothing in my fridge. Like most of the time, like I've had less food in my fridge before. Like, um, and nothing is frozen. Again, unless it's in the very back, some shit will freeze. Sophie was just here on Sunday. Like, so that happened on Tuesday. Sophie's here on Monday or Saturday, Sunday, and she just I put extra water in there. Like, I just don't know why things are happening, and then why are they happening to my mom? I don't know. There's something weird. You guys, hey, if you guys have if you guys have any weird phenomenons happening, let me know. I'll see if they're happening to me. This is not like a bunch of random shit's happening. It's the most random of things. Who like I don't know. And you can't do anything about it. You can just talk about it. I have this rogue hair and it's bothering me. Nikki, are you here? Do you cut hair? Will you cut my hair? Like like zzz. All right, anyway, moving on. This one's number five.
Just need to timestamp it that today totally caught my 500,000th Pokemon. I have a half a million caught Pokemon on Pokemon Go. I think I play the game too much.
It is kind of a like it's a weird milestone that you don't get anything for it. Nobody cares. No one notices. I notice it, but I caught a half a million Pokemon in Pokemon. I don't play as much as I used to because, like in theory, in my heyday, I should have hit that like fucking months ago. But yeah, how cool is that? half like most people. Okay, let's call it 10 million people have Pokemon Go downloaded. Half of them will never reach level 40. All right. So that's what, 5 million more people? All right. So of the 5 million people hanging out, a million of them are at level 40. All right. So I'm in like the top 90% right now. And then of those, like level 40s, because like when I raid and stuff, I snoop on people's stats when we're waiting in the lobby. There can't be more than like half of that million that have over a million or 5 million or half a million catches. So I'm in the top 95% of Pokemon Go players. I have nothing to justify or to fact check any of that. That is just my perception of like the one city and the handful of people that I used to play with. But I do like to think that I'm like up there, like killing it. Yeah, like Liam will never have half a million catches in Pokemon Go. I don't know where he's at now. He can't be more than like, oh, like no joke, he's probably like 50,000. I have 10 times more catches than Liam does. I like it's just weird that I've achieved something that the majority of people who like and play in the game consistently will probably never meet because 500,000 catches is a stupid number. I have a spreadsheet. I should pull it up for you guys one day. Um, I used to track how much I was playing and like my stats and stuff. Yeah, I used to catch like 500 a day. I don't do nearly that anymore. I'm down to like maybe 100, 120. But we did it. I wish Pokemon Go would recognize like half a million. It's a lot of gameplay. All right, commercial for you guys.
Check out Whimsy with a Z, the podcast from Chasing the Whimsy. Whimsy with a Z is a brand new podcast where they meet and hang out with 6 teenagers each month to get to know what it's like to be a Generation Z in today's day and age. They'll discuss summer, first days of school, and maybe dive into the struggles that most teens face, but maybe not talk about. Join along as they break down the generation gap and better understand what it's like to be Generation Z. That's Whimsy with a Z. Chasing Whimsy, talking to Generation Z. A few new episodes up for you to listen to already, and make sure you subscribe to be notified of future releases. Whimsy with a Z is a podcast for teens, by teens, but parents are welcome and encouraged to also listen. You can stream it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and at the website chasingthewhimsy.com. That's Whimsy with a Z, the podcast. Go stream, download, and subscribe today.
All right. Brilliant idea. Like this one's someone write this one down. This one goes on the calendar. On YouTube, there's a website, right, that will let me put in already recorded videos. And then I can just link them all together and then just run live all week. Is this like a so okay, part of the idea is you can listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple. You could listen to them on YouTube. But what if I took all those episodes and I just strung them all together and then created like a Chasing the Whimsy radio station? I guess it would be the equivalent of, where it would just play just episodes forever. I don't know. Like I want to do it just because. But what do we do when there's a 4-day live stream of just old episodes being played? Does anybody listen? Like, does anybody go in there and like listen to them in the middle? Like an old, yeah. I don't know. Think about it. But there is a chance that very soon there will be a very long replay of episodes live. Like you could just log in and it just plays at random. Okay, now that I talk about it a little bit more, it doesn't make like it doesn't make sense because like you could just click on the episode that you want, but I guess like the live icon is enticing to be like, oh, I mean, I don't know, but I'm going to do it because that's what I do. I come up with an idea and I just do it, and we see what happens, and we go from there. Okay, that's all.
So funny. I enjoy that. So here's what happens when you guys leave me alone all week. I legit haven't talked to anybody in days. Uh I got no one to bounce ideas off of. I have nobody to talk to about buying the new car. And so I'm just like, ah. And then I fall down these fucking rabbit holes. And now all of a sudden, all 80 episodes of Chasing the Whimsy podcast are on YouTube. But then I'm like, hey, let's just make a live stream that just strings all 80 of them together. Like, it doesn't like it'd be like me opening up a second channel and be like, I'm just gonna list them backwards. Like, I don't. So, okay, in case you haven't seen these, very common right now. For example, Watch Mojo does lists, right? Top 10 movies, comedy, like whatever it is. Like they just have top 10 lists for days. But what they post those out uh like every couple of days. So like 3 times a week you can get a new Watch Mojo top top 10 list. But what they do now is on top of those regular drops, they string all of them together, like ones that you haven't listened to from like years ago. They just string them all together and then they run a Watch Mojo live, and it just and I don't. So instead of clicking on each one that you want to listen to, it just plays them automatically. But that's like it's a playlist shuffle mode. Like it's the weirdest thing in the world. But like, is it for convenience? So the idea is, I would take all 80 episodes of Chasing the Whimsy podcast, and I'd mix them up. I don't know if I'd want to play them in order. I think I'd want just randomly. But you could get a notification, like you could go on YouTube and be like, oh, Whimsy Live old episodes. And it would literally just be a replay of all the old episodes. And you could just like jump in and see what episode it was and then be like, cool, move on. Because like, I guess it's one of those things where you're constantly swiping. So you're looking at cat videos, and then all of a sudden, after like an hour, you've swiped through and like done some like you fall down this rabbit hole, and then you end up watching like monster truck rallies, and then you're like, how did I get to monster trucks from like cat videos? So is it kind of like that where like you're scrolling through looking for videos, and then you're like, well, I guess I can just like, oh, Liam on the run. I'm gonna jump in and just listen to that for a minute. I don't know. Every once in a while you'll see the lo-fi videos, like they're already 10 hours long, but they'll run them live and just run like nobody's like I'm not expecting you to watch 24/7 Chasing the Whimsy. Like that's not what it is. But because it's live, it shows up on the feed maybe better. It's like still kind of random. Like grandma is like, I'm gonna go gardening. I want to listen to some old episodes. She doesn't know which one to listen to because they're all amazing, right? So she's like, well, I guess I'll just not listen to anything and she'll listen to some fucking true crime. But if there was like a whatchamacallit, like a just a live, just constantly playing random episode, she'd be like, oh, this is fun. It's like a it's like a drive down memory lane where like you don't have to pick it, you can just listen to it and be like, oh, that was funny. Liam needs his blankie. I don't know. I found the website. It's free. So part of it's like, why not? Because that's my whole thing recently, right? The whole budget thing is just like, what more content can I make for free? But then do I do it on the regular YouTube channel or do I create a sub channel that just constantly, and then that way it's just playing 24/7 for forever. And then on it, I can make sure it links to the main page and the lives and everything else. I don't know. I talked myself out of it. I'm not talking to anybody, so like I have no idea what to do. I'm probably just gonna do it. Uh, but it is interesting that there is a site that will let you put all the links to all the episodes, and it just like plays them all through. It's interesting. I am gonna look at it because I think that would be fun. Because if you watch them right now, there's not that many people watching. Like some rando, it's been playing for 2 days, but there's only like 8 or 9 people that jump in every once in a while. It probably peaks up at one point, but it's just like one of those things of like maybe that's what it is. It it does keep you maybe up on the algorithm, right, in your feeds, and it's an extra piece of awareness. I don't know. I don't know. We just do it, I guess.
I am in the search for a new comic artist. I absolutely hate looking for artists. Not looking for artists. I hate looking on Fiverr. I don't know these people. They don't have any like real credits of anything. Everything looks like it's an AI generated image. But I think I found our new artist. And then, yeah, so we will see if I have any updates. But I think we found him. We're going to wait for Sarah to get back from wherever she's at. But until then, we might have a new artist.
This is the highlight of my week. Sarah got a new position, so her hours are different. So I don't even see her. She's doing her own thing, right? So, and then I wasn't paying her much. So, like, I get why she's not drawing for us right now. But I really do enjoy having. I like telling stories. So if I could tell stories in 4 panels, like why the hell not? So with my journey of Fiverr, right? Uh, podcast promotion, Spotify, Apple, right? They're all fakes. We did those ones early on one of the live streams, right? Um, I even talked to Megan about it in the 20s, where they're just fake. Like they just like my mom has a closet full of old phones, so I take those phones, I come over here, I plug them all in. You pay me $50, and I just log in and just subscribe. And now I'm like, fucking have a good day. Um, and then with the artists, right? They're like, so here's what sucks: an established artist who has drawn web comics before, or like something actually published that you can actually see, right? Like they've done themselves. Like they charge like $25-$30 per page, if not more. And I'm like, that's fair. Like I can because I can go online and I can see what you've done. But then you get but all these other ones that are like $5 or $10, they all look like they're AI generated, and like they all look like they put no effort into it. I did find two artists that actually took the time to talk out my vision. One was a little bit wonky. Like she advertised uh, X amount of money, and then I talked to her, and then she's like, "The price is higher now." I'm like, "For what?" I'm like, "We didn't do anything." I'm like, I'm like, so I technically have one person, right, drawing a new comic, but then I had that feeling. I didn't like okay, I guess it was what I'm looking for in an artist, right? I could just take anybody on Fiverr and be like, here's some money and just draw me something, right? But then that person has no like emotional connection to Jason the Whimsy or like Sarah. Like Sarah knows who I am. She enjoys drawing. She took pride in what she was doing, right? And you could tell because like her like all of hers like progressively got like more detailed and prettier, and she put a grip of fucking time into those things, right? Way more than I expected her to, but like she was passionate about it. And but then you get some of these other ones on like Fiverr where they're like $20, and then they're like, "Well, I'll have it to you in a day and a half." I'm like, how can you draw anything like you don't even know who like you I've messaged you 4 times, and all of a sudden you think you get what I'm about and what the thing needs to look like. So the first person started off good, but then it kind of got really weird. So I was like, all right. So I sent them a script for 2 comics, right? The next 2 issues, that I want to do. A week. They're like, I need a week to get 2 of them done. I'm like, it's black and white. It's 2 fucking gnomes. Whatever. I don't even care because like you guys aren't going to see it for probably the first of the year, maybe. Ooh, maybe I can do a probably first of the year if I had to be honest because I want to collect them all, and then that way I can release them regularly through the first of the year or after the first of the year. Okay, so that person took a week. I got the sketch back, and I'm like, all right, it looks okay. But again, I have that gut feeling. I'm like, I just don't know. It just wasn't sitting right. Like they were more transactional about the whole thing of like, what do you want? No, they're cool and they fucking do fun stuff. And then like they just didn't really engage. Then I found this other person, Kit, Kit, and she and I talked for like 6 or 7 messages of like, here's what I'm looking for, 4 panels. I gave a little bit of the vision of what 3 and 4 will eventually look like. Um, she even she even sketched out real quick the 2 gnomes because like that's the background. They're like all the artists are like, do you want backgrounds? Because they're going to charge you extra for backgrounds. I'm like, fucking for what? So like Kit actually went and took the time to like rough sketch what the gnomes will look like, and they look fucking good. Like they're not Sarah's, but it's more like Sunday newspaper cartoons, like a comic strip. So and I'll try and show you those on Monday. So pay attention on Monday. I'll show you what the 2 gnomes look like. So I gave her the same script as I did the other person. So basically, I spent a few bucks on 4 comics, identical comics, right? Two identical comics. But I want to be able to compare and contrast. Kit is already done. She completed the 2 in 2 days. She was like, boom, here you go. 8 panels, 2 pages, like, and they look good. She got the tone correctly. Um, if you read any of Sarah's, like you could tell, uh, like where my humor is a little bit. It's like some dad jokes when I can get them in there if I can. Um, but Kit was like, I'm changing the. There's gonna be a lot of fourth wall breaks in it, so we'll see. But the same stupid jokes, those will still be in there. But yeah, Kit, boom, 2 pages, sent them to me already. I have them right now. Amazing. They look so good. Right now they're black white because that's part of the story that I'm telling. They could go to color. Like 3 and 4 are probably being color, but there's a real good chance I think I just convert back down to black and white because I really do enjoy the simplicity of just a nice like a pretty sketch, like just a nice drawing in a nice decent story with a solid joke at the end, right? So the original idea was that 3 and 4 and beyond would be in color. I really think I'm going to keep them all in black and white. I think. Um, Subscribe to the Patreon. You'll see copies the of them when I post them soon. Um, it's interesting. I'm enjoying it. Now, what's fun now about Kit is she also does animation. She lives Europe-ish. I think she's in Ukraine. I don't know if she's in Ukraine. Um, but she does animations. Um, Very nice person. Double like I don't know. Just the experience with her was like significantly better than everybody else I've dealt with. Um, and then at the same time, she was like interested. Like she got what Chasing the Whimsy was, and that I was looking to help build like everybody that I work with. I try to invite them in to our circle. Nobody bites. They're just like, just give me the $25 and call it a day. And I'm like, no, take the $25, come over and hang out. And then like they just don't want to. So Kit willing to hang out. I did get some deets. I got her Instagram and YouTube, so she's posting more stuff recently. I'm happy with her. It's going to be interesting. You guys are going to love it. I think it's fantastic. Um, we got lo-fi videos. We got new comics coming. Like I'm having so much fun. It's amazing.
Random thought. There's a song that I want that I listened to like going on 18 years ago now. An old, they were a high school band. They somehow blew up on uh, like the underground of the internet. Like it had that very decent following. They only had like 3 or 4 like poppy songs, and then they disappeared because they're a high school band. So they all just broke up, went to college, and did their own thing. I how how do I inquire about purchasing the master rights to that song? Because they're not using it now. Blacktop Manhattan is not using that song. No one knows where any of these people are anymore. Like none of them. Like you can't find them anywhere. So how do I track down who owns it? Like what record label? And then like, do I throw $2,000 at them for the rights to like this small high school band's like library? I don't know how to do it. I've emailed a couple of people. Like it's like I went deep on this thing for a minute, but it's not the craziest thing in the world, right?
All right, so it is like it's not as crazy as it sounds. Black Top Manhattan is a high school band from 2006. They played a couple of local concerts in Toronto. They're a little bit more on like the punk side. And then, like, they have a song called Hollywise and Truth or Dare and Tiananmen Square. So there's three songs, right, that they had on their set list. The so the internet 2006 is completely different than it is now, right? So somehow, like, their sound was like, it got picked up by what was Newgrounds, which is an old game video site that fucking barely exists anymore. I can't, like, does anybody even remember Newgrounds? Like, I think Newgrounds wished it was YouTube, but I think they try to do too much with it. Anyway, Newgrounds, there was a game called Super Crazy Guitar or something, and it was like Guitar Hero but on the keyboard. And all three of those songs featured on that game. And okay, 2006, 2007 rolls around, they break up. Alex, Paul, Damon, they break up. They disappear. Damon continues uh, playing guitar for a band called Garden State. They they were only internet famous. Like you've never heard the song on on like the radio. They were never signed by anybody. They have technically a demo recorded at one point. I even reached out to the guy who did the demo. I emailed him. He's like, "Whoa." He's like, "You want me to remember something from 2006?" He's like, "I don't know. They were a bunch of high school kids." He's like, "They recorded for half a day and they left." But he's like, "Man, that's crazy. That's a blast from the past." Okay, so there's like Liam will never know these songs. JJ will never know these songs. They're just it's weird. Like I don't know, like because I like to collect things, and the idea between the podcast is that things don't get lost or forgotten. And then I fell down the lost media rabbit hole. So like I just worry that like those songs are gonna get lost. Okay, so now I'm like, well, if they're not using it, like one, I think it'd be cool if I'm like, I own three songs and I can do whatever I want with them at that point. And then I can start licensing them out to whoever who wants to do like a cover of it. Okay. Now it seems like, well, that seems dumb, Ben. Like that's stupid. Like, why would you want to do that? Like, who gives a shit about these? Like, why would you spend money? Okay. Didn't Michael Jackson buy the Beatles catalog? Right? Like back in the, what was it, the 70s? Michael Jackson, for like the longest time, owned most of the Beatles catalog. I, unless I'm like wildly mistaken, the Beatles didn't own fucking shit. So I don't know. I just think it'd be cool to be like Chasing the Whimsy owns fucking three songs from like from like they were only famous for like 7 months in 2006, um, and that like today maybe like 100,000 people remember. Maybe, well, it can't be that many. It can't be that many anymore. There can't be more than 100 people that thought about that song today. Like in the entire world, there can't be more than like it has to be way less, right? Yeah, I just think it would be fun. I don't know how to do it. I'm internet sleuthing. I'm not good at any of this. I'm just emailing people like crazy. Hey, do you remember anything? Do you remember this weird like indie band out of Toronto from 2006? And they're like, what? I don't know. I just think it would be fun. Like, it can't be that much. right? Like now that I've said it, someone's gonna buy it. Like if I swear to God, if I open up the internet next week and they're like Metallica buys rights to fucking random 2006 indie band, I'm gonna be pissed. Um, yeah, I just think it would be cool if anybody knows how to like find out who owns like a song and how would one like find the owner and then reach out to him, like by all means. I just think it would be interesting. I think it'd be a fun thing to add to the to the brand because it would be funny. I don't know. Monday, I might play you one of the songs. Um, we will see because I don't know. I'm trying to read up on like copyright law because I don't want YouTube getting all pissed off. Um, but yeah, we'll play with it for a minute. But I'll play you guys a little bit of Hollywise, Blacktop Manhattan, um, or Truth or Dare by Garden State. So yeah, just a random thought. Um, I'm pretty much stuck. I don't know what to do next. Like I've emailed like two rando people, and then they're like, "I can't believe you even remember these guys." Um, but yeah, I can't get a hold of anybody. I can't. Like it's weird. I guess I need like a last name of any one of those guys. Ah,
All right, maybe we'll call this one a coincidence and not so much signs or the universe, but I'll let you decide.
mm,
I'm trying to budget. So there's an app called Rocket Money that checks all of your accounts and they find old subscriptions that you're still paying for. So as I am logging into and signing up for Rocket Money, I shit you not. Guess what song is on the radio at work on the overheads? Take a second, think about it. Elton John, Rocket Man. I don't know. I'm fine with coincidences, but when it's this has got to be like what 4 weeks now that I have fucking lost my mind with all these coincidences. I don't know. Shit's getting spooky right here. I don't. It's not even spooky. I just don't know what it means. Like I don't know what the signs are. Right. So the originally it started with life or the universe wants to maintain a balance. So if anything's outside of the balance, it jacks up the other side, right? So what is like I just don't know what it's trying to tell me. I don't know. Keep going? Like I don't know. Like just keep following all the paths to the I don't know. But yeah, I signed up for Rocket Money the exact same time Rocket Man was on the radio.
what did I used to say, Mom? Coincidence? I think not. I don't remember what movie that's from. Oh no, hold on. There was a kid. Coincidence? I think not. Oh, what movie was that? It feels like a Macaulay Culkin type character. I'll look it up later. But yes, I'm trying to find a couple of. I'm trying to save some money, save some bucks, right? So I sign up Rocket Money. So here's a cheap plug for fucking Rocket Money. Give me some of that fucking advertising money. Um, I signed up for it. Fairly simple. You attach your bank account to it, and it like searches all of the stuff, and it's like here are the 8 things that you're consistently paying for monthly. And I'm like, Apple, Apple TV, Netflix, Disney, Hulu, car. And I'm like, well, that obviously. So what's interesting is trying to live as like like I've been the last couple of years. I have no extra random subscriptions. I even canceled 2 subscriptions the other day before I even signed up for this stupid thing. I don't know. I'll chalk that one up to coincidence because it plays the song like on a loop. So it's like it's not like I've never heard that song played at work. It just happened to happen at the same time. You decide. Moving on.
Lo-fi video is doing fairly well on YouTube. I did pay for a promotion. This one's a better one. Like I've talked about it a little bit before in the past. This one's a slightly better one, I think, because I did it through YouTube. That's going well. We got the new comic coming out soonish, whenever. I got merch being delivered in the next day or so with November gifts. I have one more lo-fi video. Right, we're just building on this momentum, right, from Chronicon. So with this momentum, do I push it a second and say, if we hit X number of views or subscribers to the Patreon, I'll drop the second lo-fi video. I think we talked about this last week, but at this point, it's kind of like maybe we will see.
Hey there, Whimsy.
Okay. So so we have all this momentum, right? The promotion that I mentioned was the one time there's a website that does similar to the fucking Fiverr shit, right? It's here's what I'm thinking that they do, to be honest with you, is they charge me and then so YouTube okay, YouTube has a program that they will create little ads and put them out, right? So for a couple of bucks, okay, it's like $2 a day, okay, for a week. YouTube will just start blasting this fucking thumbnail or this little thing on the bottom, right? A grip of people have seen the lo-fi video. It's up to like almost 3K right now. But it also tracks like the number of subscribers that we've added to from the YouTube promotion. So like I don't feel bad about this promotion because it's YouTube and it's YouTube doing YouTube things. Okay. A little bit more engagement as far as like people chatting and stuff. Okay. I got comics, I got gift tiers, I got lo-fi videos. Like there's like I'm sitting on 3 things right now that you guys have no idea, you haven't even seen. So earlier today I put out the second lo-fi video, Insomnia, just for the what 17, 16 of you on Patreon. So you guys will hear the 13 minutes before the loop, right? And then on the bottom you got the link for the 10-hour version. Okay. It's a different tone. Nikki likes the first lo-fi video, the sleeping one. Okay, so sleepy lo-fi, she likes. Her 4th grade classroom likes it. Approved. She started listening to like the insomnia one. She's like, nope, nope, that's a little, well, maybe not for the kids. So, um, okay, so I'm not about exclusive content. Like join Patreon just for the exclusive content, but you guys get the early access, right? Because I want you guys to see it. So part of the idea, the thought process is, do I hit the socials and say, here's a sample of the lo-fi video, sign up for the free, and once we hit 40 Patreon subscribers of any variety, free, $4 or $10, then I'll drop it for real, right? Um, because then those 40 people will then see all the other stuff that I'm posting, and then I can try to convert those into either the 4 or 10. Um, I gotta the reason why I thinking about it and why it's a little Patreon heavy lately is where we're I gotta crunch the numbers, but we're like a handful of extra, like we're not that far off that the Patreon will fund the webcomic from now on. And then we just need a few more subscribers that gives me a few bucks that once a month I can come up with a new project. Right. Like it's like maybe I do a once a month lo-fi video and a weekly comic. Right. So I don't know yet. But um we're we're getting close, right? So I was trying to budget a little bit to be like because I want because part of it is like I want you guys to like see all the cool shit that we're making. And I guess it's kind of again that what did I say when the fucking kit came on, right? Like she cares, like so like you saw so like if I just post it like the J Sarge video, they're like, ah. But like if I can get you to sign up for the Patreon, then that way you're like you're engaging, and now you're part of all the creation, right? Even if you just do the like so I don't know. I just don't uh it goes back to like fucking episodes like early on. I just hate fucking begging for money. Um but I'm trying to add value to the Patreon a little bit, right? Because it's without the Patreon, we don't have the webcomic, we don't have two lo-fi videos. That's all I'm saying. Is like we're having like we because I got the well, I guess I would have saved money on the fucking no, because all of the money pays for design and making of the gifts. So like I'm not making a grip of money, but it does let us make cool shit. That's all I'm saying. So it's kind of like one of those things where it's like I want other people to be like excited about the weird shit that I want to do, and then you guys can all be part of that. Yeah, web comics. Uh, right now the name of the new web comic is Whimsy Doodle. So if you guys think of a different name, I'll rebrand it real quick. But for the most part, it's gonna be Whimsy Doodle. Whimsy Doodles are gonna come. You'll see some of it eventually very soon. I'm gonna probably put the first page on Patreon um, next week, and then I'll still release it way later. But you guys can see what it is that you guys are invest. Like I guess it's an investment thing, right? Like you guys are investing in Jason the Whimsy. What kind of cool shit can he do with it? Boom! Check out this fucking sweet web comic. And now I'm helping her out. Now she's gonna start doing all first. Like I don't know. Um, it's interesting. I gotta get with Nikki to help me out with the December or the November gifts. I think there's like 10, 10 gifts I gotta send out. Um, I still haven't figured out the I still haven't figured out the postage thing. I have no idea what to do. Um, there are the ornaments um, that we mentioned. The pictures are on Patreon. Okay, November, January. You get ready for the football game in February. I think we're doing coasters. I think we're doing like cork coasters with fucking whimsy things on them, and then maybe a fucking wooden token. So like, there's a lot of cool shit happening. Like if you guys have like, oh man, like Liam, Sophie, like they just putting stuff wherever they want. But if I give them a cool whimsy coaster, maybe they'd use it. But yeah, I think we're doing coasters in January. No idea though, because that's what we do. Is like I'll find something else that's really cool. Um, yeah, I'm having a blast. I'm having a good time. Slightly over. We're almost done. We're at the end of the show. We got Patreon commercial. Huge shout out and thank yous, and then we'll wrap it up. So hang out for like 6 more minutes. We'll get you guys out of here because I got to go to work eventually.
Fans, we wanted to take a moment away from the fun to express how much your support and contributions mean to us. If you're liking what you're hearing from us so far, we'd like to invite you to show us some love on our new Patreon. Starting at just $1 a week, you can help us keep the whimsy coming. That's not just our podcast, but live streams and new projects on the horizon as well. All members get special shout out during our live streams. If you're comfortable giving a little more, please take a look at our gift tier. These gifts are hand-picked by the Whimsy crew to bring more curiosity, fun, and whimsy to you as thanks for your support. Every little bit counts, and whether you support us by listening and subscribing to our podcasts, holding court on our lives, or subscribing to our Patreon, thank you for helping us keep the magic alive and the mics on. You can find our Patreon at patreon.com/chasingthewhimsy, or follow the link on our YouTube channel at Chasing the Whimsy. Thank you again for all the support. Whimsy!
Patreon people. Andy, Nikki and her family, Megan and her family, Joyce, Ann, Ender Froggy C1, Gooster, Nina, Violet, Anna, and my dad. I'm curious that when this does get up to like the 20 and 30s for the paid tiers, do I read off all 40 names? I think I give everybody a courtesy of reading your name for the month that you sign up. You get the verbal, and then everything else after that, you get the screen. Unless you guys want me to read off fucking 40 names, I have no problem with that. You know what we do? We run a contest to be like, can Ben remember all 40 names? Because like I can remember all of these names. How many is that? 11 names. I can remember 11 names right now, but can Ben remember 40? We will find out. Yeah. Consider so on the post that I did for the second lo-fi video, I took time to make sure I gave you guys all an extra thank you for. So basically, if you were reading it, thank you to you, right? Because you guys hit at least the free. Two things to ask, three things. One, sign up for Patreon. There's a free version. Take the free version. Take a look at what we're doing. Get excited. Boom, sign up for the $4 and the $10. If you're already signed up, tell somebody else. Like your brother, your sister, uh, friends that wherever. Um, get them to sign up for the free. Like, just because like they can, like we're doing some really cool stuff. Um, but yeah, the Patreon does help out a little bit. Jay Sarge technically hasn't got paid for anything yet. I'm going to take care of him. But he's such a nice guy. I don't think he'll take the money. But I'm going to send him some stuff. Um, but yeah, thank you guys on the Patreon. You guys are letting us make some really cool stuff. Um, I think Webcomic 4 will introduce a little girl gnome, which I'm excited for. Because now, like, it's fun writing stories for like dad and son, but now I get to add like, I'm excited to see a little girl gnome, because she's like the funnest right now, and then like it's gonna be fun. So issue 4, um, I'm writing right now. Wonder if like it would be interesting. It probably won't because it's, but I'll have to let you guys into like my thought process of like how I write the scripts um, for the webcomics. But that's all we got. Let's wrap this thing up. That's my favorite video. Like, I'm glad I used that for the Mind Pockets. That one's so cool. We're at the end of the show, slightly over, but I did ramble a little bit because that's what I do. Yeah, we're having a blast. Um, all right, work tonight, kids tomorrow, recording Halloween episode. So Monday, the 28th, should be the second annual Chasing the Whimsy Halloween Spectacular. What did we call it last year? What did we call it last year? I know we threw a bunch of names out, and I didn't remember which one we stuck on. Um, but yes, Halloween's right around the corner. Monday, Halloween episode. Um, keep an eye out on your emails because I got at least 2 new things I'm going to be posting to the Patreon. I'm going to be updating the website a little bit. Oh, Whimsy Studios. I got a fucking sweet ass fucking design for that thing. I don't know. I have the vision of it. I have to figure out who's going to fucking make it. But Julian, I don't know if you're watching now or if you're going to watch later. Um, somebody reached out to me and was like, I'm curious on what it is that you're doing with Whimsy Studios. And I'm going to work with him over the next week or two, kind of show him how we're doing it here, let him apply whatever he can on his side. Um, but yes, we're helping out where we can. The newspaper article, no, the magazine article should be in the December issue. So I will let you know what magazine it is, when the issue will be available once I get confirmation that they're going to use us. Um, that's all I got for you guys. I do have one thing I have to write down real quick. Hold on. Because this one is, I remembered this. My mom would, I don't know if she would appreciate it, but it reminds me of my mom. Because she watches Chicago, what is that called? Chicago PD? Like, yeah, because they have, oh, Chicago Med? There's a bunch of Chicago movies, series, right? Um, Chicago PD. Med. We're gonna go med. That's all I got for you guys. Get out of here. Have a good rest of your evening. I will see you Monday. Monday will be interesting. You're gonna see some more stuff. I'll show you guys the first image of the new webcomic characters. The car saga could almost be over. It won't be over Monday at noon, but might be ended shortly after the live stream ends on Monday. So I'll fill you in a little bit on the car saga. It's almost done. I think was it Cargate. Um, we're gonna have to stick with saga because I've been my we should have ended it. I'm lagging now. Um, yes, car saga. We've got some cool TV stuff I found recently. Um, I don't want to do Hollywood gossip. So what does Ben do for the rabbit hole discussion? What's in my pocket? We don't know. Um, yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Halloween coming up. Whimsy with the Z. We got some kids hanging out together. Recording on Monday. Car Saga ending soon. Like it's interesting for the most part. Um, oddly enough, I'm handling shit pretty well. Uh, not a lot of sad dad recently. fucking depressed, but not sad, Dad. Uh, we're just having like we're doing a lot of really cool stuff. We're having a blast. Thank you for hanging out. I just don't want to go to work. Um, that's all I got. Oh man, I just noticed something. But anyway, you guys have a good rest of the night. Talk to you later. Whimsy.